Good morning. Is it from Zetster's lab? What is the meaning of life? I had a light bulb moment this morning and I'm so excited, so I just want to share it with you. What is the meaning of life? Goodness, we make it so crazy, so difficult, so I never could understand what is the meaning of life. When I look at life in its whole, what's going on in the world, what's going on in my life, it just seems one big mess, craziness, and I was struggling to find the meaning of life, the meaning of my life, never mind everything else. And I am still busy with this painting. Let me tell you, the meaning of life is something like this. Remember the previous video where I got hold of my soft pastels. I was doing everything and I was putting in my people and everything was absolutely gorgeous. And then I couldn't get this part right. After the video, so I jumped up, found some yarn and just glued some here at the bottom. That was fantastic. Once again, step by step, remember? First, I didn't know what to do. I just made one huge mess by using everything that I had to create the background. Then I thought, but I don't see anything, so I'm just not going to do anything. And then I saw a mountain range and I got excited and I started to put that in and used my soft pastels. And then I decided it needs some people and then glued some things on. So step by step, I created this. But this painting made me feel like life is a roller coaster. You don't know what comes next. You don't know what's going on. You don't know where you're going. Nothing you do actually works out. You cannot see the big picture, where it's going. And you feel kind of lost in this journey through life. So after I glued this, added a little bit of white, wow, I loved it. It had a soft feeling to it. It was gorgeous. Then I went and sprayed it, put the fixative on. Gone were all my pastels. I couldn't see it. And the people that I had on, they went away. You say, now everything here was black and I couldn't see my people. So the same in life. We add some things, we do some things, and all of a sudden that messes up our whole painting. And it seems as if it doesn't work. So we believe we're doing the wrong things, we mess it up. Other people get involved and we think our life is one big mess. So I was very upset when I looked at my painting after I sprayed it, and then it really was not, I won't say back to square one, but it was messy. And then I just saw, okay, how am I going to put my people on? I thought, I didn't have any people left. They were gone. And I just saw this. And I thought, I'm just going to tear people out. The same background. Remember mine looked something like this when I started. A little bit more crazy, but something like this with these colors. And I saw, I'm just going to tear out some people. At the end, I put on 3. And voila. And then I just added with chalk, black chalk things, just more mountain ranges. And you know what? This is it. this is kind of it. I'm now done with it. So it is what it is. So let me get back to what is the meaning of life. And that is what I found out this morning. The meaning of life is what is happening through life. So life, as I always say and have learned, is life happens now. Life flows in and through and all around you now. Look at the trees, look at the dog, look at the plants, look at me, look at everything. It's life. It's got something in it that make it live, grow, be, call it what you will. There's a power there, and that is life. So, what is the meaning of life? In every second of every day, the only meaning that you will ever find in life is the meaning that you give this moment. Remember, life flows now. Life happens now. As I always say, my spiritual father, my source, my life source is in me, works through me. It's in the trees, in the plants, it's all over that life source. And in that, all my needs are met. But now listen to this. We're never in the moment because we follow our minds all over the place and we miss the moment. So we miss the life that is flowing abundantly, perfectly. Everything that we need is inside of us, in the life. We came into this world, into this realm, perfect, created into the image and likeness of our spiritual Father, our source, our life source, life. And that life keeps flowing, moving, providing all that we need, and it's inside of us, and it's always flowing. But we miss it because we're not in this moment. We were driving into town yesterday, husband and myself, we were driving, and all of a sudden this started to truth rise up in me. And I looked out of the window and I started to focus just on what is happening, because that's life. In that moment, that was what's happening. I was in the car with my husband, looking out of the window, seeing the beautiful ocean. And I started to appreciate life that was flowing there and then. So all of a sudden I started to speak this to husband, and I said, you know what, isn't it amazing? Here we are, sitting in a car. We've got a car. It's driving. It's okay. It can drive. It's got petrol in. So we're going on our date. Once a week we go into town, into the city. It's about 15 kilometers away. So we go into there. And we go to all our charity shops, and we mostly go to lunch at the harbor. And then I said, in that moment, look at the beautiful view. We're next to the sea. I'm looking at this. I've still got you. You are next to me. The two of us are going into town. So what was the meaning of life in that moment? It was the meaning that I gave that moment. That is the meaning of life in any given moment. The meaning of my life now in this moment will be different than the meaning of the life in you. We've got the same life, but the meaning will be different. I was sitting here drinking my cup of coffee thinking about this, and I thought, what is the meaning of life? It's what I give this moment of me sitting here drinking my cup of coffee. What is the meaning? And it is raining softly, and my coffee is fresh, and it was so lovely, and my dog was on my lap, and my husband was sitting chatting. What is the meaning of that? that is what I can give it. That is the meaning of life. So the meaning of your life, my life, what we manifest in this realm will be different moment by moment, but only we can give it meaning. I can sit here that I usually do, not present in the moment. Oh no, my mind is all over the place. So I am not enjoying my cup of coffee. I am not hearing the birds singing. I don't feel the soft rain on my skin. I don't experience and what life has to offer me, is giving me. Life is in this moment giving me the absolute joy of sitting here, making a video, sharing my joys with you, drinking my cup of coffee, having a beautiful home, still having a wonderful husband. So the meaning that I give life is what is life meaning to me in this moment. So for life to have meaning, we got to get present into this moment, because reality, what is real in my life is what is happening here. What is real? I am drinking a cup of coffee. I am making a video. I am sitting in my beautiful garden. I am chatting, giving this message. It is raining. The water in my little pond is flowing. The life in me is in and all around me, abundantly providing me with whatever I may need. But the terrible thing is we've never learned this. We were just focusing so much on the next thing that we need to do that we miss the abundance that life has for us in this moment, that give life meaning in this moment. I was eating breakfast this morning. As I say, I am meditating this truth. I'm making it my own. I am not trying, I am incorporated in my things that I do. Whenever I feel my mind runs away, I grab it back into this moment. So this morning I was eating my breakfast. So I took out the plate, a beautiful plate. I bought it at a charity shop, 5 rand. But it is an old vintage, beautiful plate. So I took out my plate, and the meaning of that moment was, wow, I'm so blessed. I have this beautiful plate. Then yesterday I bought some 100% rye bread. It's a real treat for me because we don't really eat flour. So I was cutting one piece, and I had my rye bread on my plate, and the meaning of that was just, wow, I'm so blessed. I've got to eat this. I made an egg and I put that on with a little bit of cheese, and that was the meaning of that moment. And the awesome thing is, as I was eating that in absolute appreciation, I knew that what I needed to get, my body needed to get out of the egg and the bread and the coffee, whatever I needed was provided for me there, and I was receiving it because I was in the moment. How many times have I eaten, not even focusing, realizing that I'm eating. So you just eat, yum, 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 there it goes, you go on with, you are not present. You are not. So your body, or whatever you need in that food, I hope you can understand. I'm still trying to understand this. But we need things out of that food and whatever. But when we're not present, it just goes to waste, because what is the use? We don't enjoy it. We don't appreciate it. We don't savor it. It's just what we do. And the same with so many things, each and every day of our lives, that we have been provided with moments, situations that is given to us to heal us, to deliver us, to set us free, to equip us. Wisdom. Oh, how many times do we sit and I don't know what to do. I don't know where we're going. In this moment, the life is flowing through you, the abundant life, all wisdom is in you, ready for you, but you're not there. It's like someone standing with an ice cream and you just walk past, you don't see it, you don't look at it, you don't know it's yours, you don't realize it's yours, but you are sad and upset because you feel like an ice cream, but it's not, you don't get it. But because you're not present, you don't see the ice cream and you just walk past it. Miss the moment, miss the beauty, miss the everything that comes with the ice cream, because you are not present in reality, in what is real in this moment. Because we are so equipped, bound by what is going on in our minds, that is not happening now. We get so fearful. My mother, at the end of her life, she drove us nearly bonkers, because every night, she was living alone in a flat at that stage, but every night when she's alone, fear entered in. How is she going to survive? Will she have enough money for her old age? And that fear consumed her life. So much so that in the mornings when I phoned, or she phoned, she was petrified and in so much anguish because of the fear. In the meantime, she was lying in a wonderful flat, surrounded by all her precious friends. She was so loved. She had more than enough to get her through that moment. She had everything she needed. She was warm. She was loved. She was in her bed. You know what I'm trying to say? But instead of being in that reality of what she has in that moment, experiencing the life, her real life, she was allowing her mind with all its fears to consume her totally, to a point where she was really in so much anguish. Then she phones, then we tell her all these things. Mom, you have more than enough. Mom, we are here. We are walking with you. You have everything you need. You know, then she feels better. Then she went through her days. Then tonight it's the same thing again. Instead of savoring the life that she had in that moment, she missed that because of fear of what she believed in the sometime future she will not have. And that is what we do. I do it. We do it because, and then we want meaning. What is the meaning of life? Life has no meaning, you know? The meaning of life is what is happening in your life right now and what you are getting out of that. In this moment, you give it meaning. So if you slow down, get real in reality, in what is happening in your life now, and start to see it for what it is, how blessed you really are, how beautiful everything actually is. How many times I walk at the beach, instead of being in the present, loving it, I'm thinking about, oh, I need to go and do this at home. Now I need to go and make food. What am I going to cook? Or tomorrow I need to do this, and I don't have the strength to do it. And I don't have to do any of those things in the moment. So I miss the meaning of what is happening. The meaning of so many wisdom that will rise up in me if I am just present. What is the sea telling me? What is life in the ocean and in the seabirds and the beautiful sea air and walking in the water? There are so many messages, so many life messages, life happening there and then, life messages to us, to me in that moment, but I miss it because I'm not there. And so that's why we don't understand the meaning of life, because we're never in the moment where life can be found. In this moment, in me, and in me and around me, that is where life can be found. I can find life. You can also do it where you are, around you, in you. That is life. So what is the meaning of that moment? What is life showing you in that moment? I mean, every morning husband brings me coffee in bed, most mornings, and then before he goes out and he just plucks these flowers, some flowers, and he brings it to me. Isn't it the most precious thing? What is the meaning in that moment when he comes and he brings? I'm loved. Life through him is blessing me by bringing me the flowers, but I can miss it because I'm too consumed with fears of what I need to do today, and oh, I don't want to get up, and so we miss the meaning of that moment. That is, I am presented, whatever you call it, with love. Love is flowing to me. My dog jumps on the bed, all over me, licking me. What's the meaning of that? Oh, get off, Don't lick me. Or, oh, love has found me. Love has found me. The love in Bella Blobs, my dog, has found me. The love in me, that is the meaning. Love has found me. Thank you that I could share my journey with you. I'm also learning. Oh my goodness. As I say, I am much, much more out of this moment than I am in the moment. But I am learning. I am learning. And that is how we experience peace and joy in the midst of any situation we are going through in this realm. We're experiencing peace and joy when we start to experience life moment by moment. Well, I've learned this one thing. When I get to the end of the day and everything is just too much, I had it for this day, I don't have the strength for tomorrow and whatever, then I always say to myself, relax, go to bed, go and sleep. That's all you have to do now. You've got the strength and everything you need to go and do that. So stop listening to your mind with all the vain imaginations and all the fears and living in imaginary world. That's where we find ourselves. 99% of the things that we imagine is going to happen in the future, where we spend all our time in the future, never happens. And the sad thing is, let's say we are frantically looking to retire. So you are looking forward so much and thinking about retirement and blah, 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 that you miss life. You miss the meaning of life in this moment. You miss everything that life has been providing for you in that moment, because the fullness of life always flows through us. So whatever we may need is always not even at our fingertips, in us in any given moment for us to move forward. But instead of that, we live in some imaginary future. But what happens when we get there? Then we will still live in another future, because we haven't learned to live and experience life as our reality that is happening in this moment, and finding out of that what we need in this moment. Love you lots, is it from Zitstersland. Life is so precious. And I am not talking about, oh, I've got a husband and 2 kids and live in South Africa and and that is my life. I'm talking about the life that is mightily flowing through me and through you and through the little bird that's chirping and all over the place. That life is I'm starting to see and feel and fall in love with that life, the life that's in you, that is also in me, that is unconditional love, always there. But we miss it because we're not here, we're there. Love you lots, he said from Zitstersland.